This is a totally different kind of shit show, and I was all for it. I'm so for it. I think that you will like it. I've said it before, and I will say it again. If you read just one book this year, I hope that it's this one. I'm starting to worry about this Black Box of Doom by Jason Pargin. I love this book. I love this book so, so much. If you are looking for a spoiler-free review, this is the perfect video for you. If you're unwilling to read this book and you're unwilling to listen to the audio, I do have a full summary of this book that I am working on, but personal opinion, you should read this book. Not to drive you away from watching my summary, it's going to be there for you eventually for those of you that want it, but oh my gosh, this is so worth the read. Let me just save you some time. If you're thinking about reading this book, just do it. Just do it. I'm so, so mad. I bought this book when it first came out, which was at the end of 2024. I cannot believe I waited until 2025 to read it. I'm mad at myself for doing that, but I have a reasonable excuse for why I did that. Okay, look, I had just finished Jason Pargin's series, John Dies at the End. I was really quite worried about this one because I was so concerned that I was going to crave a John, Dave, and Amy experience. This is just so different. Our J-Date books, that's satirical cosmic horror. This is just a thrilling adventure, still satirical, still really funny, but very far from cosmic horror. First of all, can we just appreciate this cover? This is incredible. I love this cover. And also, if any of you know where to get this hat, welcome to the shit show, I want that hat. Maybe I should look at his website. Maybe he sells something like that because that's amazing. Let me put this back here so I don't have to hold it. Let me just start with my rating. I'm starting to worry about this Black Box of Doom by Jason Pargin was 5 stars. Come on. I did not even need to think about that. From the very first page to the last page, I was just so hooked. The story never lulled for me. There was not a single time where I thought, okay, Jason, can we move it along? I'm getting a little bit, no. You will not be bored. Every page is just so thrilling. You're gonna love it. Let me backtrack a little bit. What is this book about? It is an incredible adventure story that follows a main character. His name is Abbott. He's a Lyft driver. He encounters a woman sitting on a big black box. Hold on. This one. He encounters this woman who says that she needs to go from California to Washington, D.C. She is offering him $200,000 to transport her and the box all the way across the country, but there are stipulations. Abbott is not allowed to have his cellular device. He cannot have his laptop. He can't ask questions about the box. He's not allowed to look in the box. He's not allowed to tell anyone where he's going, and they have to leave right now. So what would you do? Would you go on this journey for $200,000, but you have no idea what you're transporting? It could be really bad. You just never know. Anyways, that's all I'm going to give you because I hope that's an intriguing enough premise for you to pick up this book. It is so, so good. Do not wait. If you've enjoyed Jason Pargin's other books, you're going to like this one as well. It was amazing to me how quickly I got attached to these characters. So look, in the John Dies at the End series, we have 4 books and a 5th one coming out. Yay! But I feel like it only took him 1 book for me to feel very emotionally attached to some of these characters, who are not perfect, by the way. You should just come to expect that with anything Jason Pargin creates. They're not perfect, but my gosh, are they relatable. He achieved my connection with these characters so fast. I just felt super invested in their stories, in their mission on this adventure. I felt like I was along for the ride. Yeah, this book makes me want to go on a road trip. Oh my gosh, I also have to say, the entire book, I just felt like Brad Pitt in Seven. What's in the box? Oh my God, it was killing me. It was killing me. I had all these theories and I was wrong. I was wrong every single time, which I'm used to Jason doing that to me. You know, it's every time I have a theory, he's like, nope, straight into the garbage. Yep. It's so fun. It's so, so fun. So yes, this video is partially just a review, but I also want to try to convince you to read this book. If I have done a good job and I've convinced you to read this book, I'm dropping a link below in the description box so you can buy yourself a copy of this book. Do not waste a moment. Go buy it. Buy yourself the hardback, buy yourself an audiobook, whatever you need to do to get your hands on this story because it is so, so good. I actually did a buddy read with somebody on this. He also loved this book. My dad saw me reading it. He asked me what it was about and he was immediately intrigued. So now he's about a third of the way through and just loving it. I don't know what your reading preferences are. Everybody typically is drawn to a certain genre. So for me, I really like my fantasy books. I like my romantasy books. This is not that, but I enjoyed it just as much, if not more, than something that I would normally gravitate toward. I feel like it doesn't matter what genre you like, you're gonna like this one. If you have read this book, I hope that you leave me a comment. Let me know what you rated it and let me know if you loved it. I hope you loved it as much as I did because wow, this is a top read of the year for me. It's still pretty early on, 2025, but it's going to be hard to top this one. I am just such a huge fan of Jason Pargin. And let me say this too. Did I go into this book feeling kind of biased because I already read and loved all of the John Dies at the End books? Yes. But if this were my first experience with Jason Pargin, I can safely and comfortably say that I would have loved it regardless of whether or not I'd read any other books by him. Part of the reason I waited so long to jump into Box of Doom is because I had recently finished the last John Dies at the End book. Oh, actually, it's sitting right here. I loved it so much, and I feel so attached to John, Dave, and Amy that I was like, I don't know if I could read another Jason Pargin book without distancing myself from wanting and craving the John, Dave, and Amy shit show experience. You know what I'm saying? This is a totally different kind of shit show, and I was all for it. I'm so for it. I think that you will like it. I don't know what else I need to say to convince you to read this book. I just think that you need to read this book like ASAP. If you're unwilling to read the book and you're unwilling to listen to the audiobook, I will be publishing a summary of this book sometime, eventually, maybe within a month's time. And not to drive traffic away from my own content, but I just think you should just read this book. But I think that any way that you can experience this book is well worth it. So if it's a difference of watching a summary of this book versus not reading the book or experiencing the story at all, go watch the summary. I'll drop a link below in the description box when it's done. I don't know when it'll be done, but it's coming. You guys, this was such a fun ride. Not only is it well written, the characters are extremely real and relatable, it's also really funny, which I was expecting to some extent, but the humor is different than John, Dave, and Amy humor. I don't know. It is so funny. It's so clever. It is so wildly amusing to me and the person that I read it with. We just loved it. We had so much to talk about. This talks a lot about the internet. I don't want to give too much away, so I'm going to be very vague, but the things that the characters encounter in this book, I'm like, oh my God, that's real life. That is us. That's scary. That is what is happening in real life today. So, oh my gosh, I just loved it. I mean, what do I need to say to convince you to read this book? Because you need to. You need to. Even if you're not a reader, certainly you love stories, right? I'm going on and on, but at the end of the day, all I want to say is that you need to read this book, please. And you know what? Oh, you J-Date fans, don't hate me for this. Don't hate me for this. I love John Dies at the End. I love, love, love every single book. Dare I say I like this better? You know, forget I said it. Forget I said it. I'm almost thinking about deleting what I said because that's not fair. This is a totally different book. You can't really compare them because yes, same author, different genre. So how could I even say that? I don't know. I think that it took no time for me to be invested in this book. Whereas I will admit, John Dies at the End, the first book, I had some growing pains because I was not expecting the humor. I wasn't expecting the silliness of it. But once I started making my way through those books, oh my gosh, I was hooked. And I have nothing but good things to say about the John Dies at the End series. But wow, this Box of Doom was just absolutely incredible. And I think that you're going to like it too. So I hope I'm not wrong. I'm actually a little surprised. The last time I looked on Goodreads, this book hadn't even broken 4 stars, which that is stupid. I'm sorry. That's stupid. It's a newer book. More people need to read it. At last time I looked, it was sitting at a 3.98 star rating. I'm like, certainly when I open the app, I'm like, this is going to be like 4.5 or above. Anyways, I was a little disappointed, but give it some time. The book hasn't even been out a year yet. And as more people read it, I think more people will like it and rate it 5 stars. Anyways, if you've read this book, I hope you leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. How did it compare to John Dies at the End? If I have convinced you to read this book, I hope you also leave me a comment. Check the link below. Buy yourself a copy because you deserve it. I think that's all I have to say about this book. I could probably go on and on for an entire hour about how much I loved it because I loved it. Definitely a top read of the year for me. It's going to be really hard for other books to compare to this one, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop reading. I can't do that. Anyways, if you've stuck with me thus far, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. I hope that you consider subscribing to my channel because I've read so many good books this year and I am so excited to talk about them. I have some summary videos that are coming out. I also have a lot of reviews that I need to record for books that I've read recently. A lot of them really, really excellent books. So I would love to have you. If you love books, if you enjoy bookish summaries, if you enjoy book reviews, this is the channel for you. I would love to have you, and thank you so much for your support. I hope that you're reading something great. I hope that this video encouraged you to consider Black Box of Doom. It's such a thrilling ride. I think that's all I have to say about that. I really enjoyed reading this book, and I think that you will too. I hope to see you in another video, and I will catch you on the flip side.